Hey, what is up guys, and welcome finally to Battlefield 4. Now, this is a 17 minutes gameplay by DICE. You can watch the gameplay yourself if you want to, the full uncut 17 minutes. I'll put a link in the description. You can watch it on Battlefield's channel. I cut it a little bit so we can just talk about the important parts and what I expect from Battlefield 4, what's new in Battlefield 4, and what can we actually spot from the single player gameplay. Now, as with a single player, none of us really expect something wow, something completely fresh and completely new. Shooters these days have been pretty much the same for years and years, and I don't think Battlefield 4, even though I love playing the shooter campaign and I'm really enjoying it, it's all about the multiplayer, especially with Battlefield. The campaigns for the FPS have always been kind of the same. Here's a guy, shoot him down. Oh, there's a helicopter coming towards you. There's a conveniently placed RPG just there. Oh, wait, if you can't just hit it, let's just slow down the time for you and you can hit him anyway. So that's kind of what shooters have become these days. Now, getting into the gameplay, you can see he's spotted somebody by just pressing some sort of button, and you can already see that his secondary guns are a shotgun and that grenade launcher. Well, that's going to be a bit of a problem for me personally in multiplayer, and I think that's going to be a single player thing only, because having an M16A3 double scopes, as you saw earlier on, and you'll see it a bit later on, with a double scope running a 3.4 scope on it, or I think it is called a 3.4 scope that he's had on, and having the regular iron sights on it, it's really, really powerful. Plus, on top of that, you can have a grenade launcher or a shotgun with slugs or something like that. That's going to be really powerful. And if you think of the current loadout in Battlefield 3, just think of having the M16A3 and having a Dow 12 or something like that. So yeah, it is really powerful, and I hope that doesn't really come to the multiplayer. I just hope they're going to stick to the pistols. Pistols always been your secondary, and just keep it that way. The one thing I really hope that they bring, obviously in the campaign, we're going to see a lot more explosions because it's all preset and everything's just there for you to explode and just make things look cool. But I really hope they bring out more destructions. As I mentioned earlier on about the engine, this is the Frostbite 3 engine, but I really hope that the Frostbite 3 engine, it's going to go back to what Bad Company 2 was, where you can level a building with a couple of shots, you can level the whole building down, and that's kind of distractions I'm really looking forward. That's the destruction I'm really hoping that you're going to get back in Battlefield 3. Now, what do I really expect from Battlefield 4? Well, a lot of things. I expect a lot of tweaks, a lot of fixes, a lot of things that didn't really work. Now, as we get inside this building, we can take a closer look at the characters that we'll be facing in Battlefield 4. You can see the support guides exactly the same as the one in Battlefield 3, and there's another guy up here which is the Recon. You can see him shooting. He looks exactly the same as the one in Battlefield 3. The knife animation is pretty much the same, so not a lot of changes here. Even the voices are the same. Is this the case of this being a pre-alpha and just thought, okay, we've got stuff out, let's just use the models that we have, let's just use the voice acting that we have, and we'll just fix it along the line? I mean, by the time June comes and E3 comes out, I'm sure there's going to be a playable demo. Somebody's going to get to play it at IGN probably or something like that, and then we'll get to see a lot more what DICE have been working on Battlefield 4. I really hope there's going to be an alpha at some point in the summer, so we can get to try it, and I can bring you guys a little bit more feedback about what the game looks like and what it feels like. Now, the other thing that I like to look at is the simplified HUD on your left and right. You can see on your left you got your minimap. It just looks a lot cooler, it just looks a lot better than the one that you have now. And on the right you can see your ammo there, and you can still see there's still the glitch there. The only reloads up to about 30 bullets, and then you have to reload the one in the chamber as well. So I hope they address that, because I'm sick of reloading twice. And it just looks a lot crisper, it just looks a lot better, and I'm really happy with that. Next thing that I'm going to talk about is the improved sounds. They just sound a little bit better. The guns sound better. Everything just sounds a lot cooler to me. So I'm really hoping that the sounds come back and there'll be something at least like Bad Company 2. Everything just sounded better in Bad Company 2, and it's been a while since I've experienced something like Bad Company 2, because even though Battlefield 3 has brought so many things to us graphically, and you've got jets and you've got all sorts of cool new features in, I still think there's a couple of things that are missing, and I really hope that in Battlefield 4 they listen to the fans, listen to the loyal people that played Battlefield for 10 years, like myself. I've been playing Battlefield for almost 10 years. I know a lot of you have your favorites with Battlefield 2, with 1943, with Bad Company 2, 2142. There's a lot of Battlefields, trust me. Now, before we go, I'd just like to let you know about the beta. How do you get Battlefield 4 beta? Well, there's 3 ways for you to get it. One, if you've already pre-ordered Battlefield 4 Deluxe Edition, you can do so by pre-ordering it Origin. Anybody that has Premium will be getting the Battlefield 4 beta. And also, if you've bought Medal of Honor Warfighter, that's another way for you to get the beta. When will the beta be out? Well, 99% is going to be out towards September, because they try to launch about October-ish. They always compete with Activision and Call of Duty, and since we know there's always a Call of Duty out every year, they always try to release a little bit better and a little bit quicker than your competition, so it makes sense that a lot of people would buy it. Even people that play Call of Duty, they'll probably buy it because they think, okay, well, I can play some Battlefield for a month until Call of Duty comes out, and that's that. And that's how you get into the Battlefield 4 beta. Like I said, I really enjoyed the gameplay. It is single player, and yes, some things are just not as they're supposed to be, and everything's hyped up a little bit because it is the single player, and everybody's trying to show you, look how cool it is, and look at the cool explosions, and look at this and look at that. But to me, more or less, even though, like I said earlier on, I'm really looking forward to playing a good FPS campaign. It's going to be a while till we get one of them, but the multiplayer side is what I really want this to shine, and I'm 100% sure it will. A couple of fixes, a couple of tweaks here and there, and you're on to a winner. And just before we go, let's just take a quick look at some M320 action. The M320 will be back in Battlefield 4. Nice shot to the face of that helicopter, bringing him down. I'm pretty sure this is not going to be as powerful in the multiplayer, but it looks damn cool. So I really hope you enjoyed the video. These are my first impressions about Battlefield 4, and I can only be excited for more and more cooler stuff along the way. I've been the Russian Sniper, and I'll see you next time.
You'll back me up, right?